Doing this one thing will probably get your accounts hacked, but I'm going to teach you what not to do, how to know if your passwords were compromised, and how to bounce back if you get got by hackers. Hey y'all, I'm Leslie, your friend in cyber, and welcome to my channel. Here I talk about all things cybersecurity, tech news, and reviews to help you learn how to navigate the cyber streets. If you're looking for advice on how to keep you and your family safe online, hit like, subscribe, and tap that notifications bell. I upload once a week. I also provide classes on social media security for teenagers ages 11 to 16. If you're interested in those classes, the link will be in the description box as well. Let's do this. If you watched my last video, you know how easy it is for accounts to get compromised. And you know the impact that it could have on a lot of people. I know I felt it when it happened. I'm on the East Coast, but truthfully, it shut down access to half of the country. If you haven't checked out that video, that link will be available in the description box. As technology-loving people, we know how important it is to secure our accounts, but things happen. And while my aim is always to try to prevent that from happening for as much as possible, for as long as possible, the reality is things happen. And my goal today is to help you learn how to bounce back in case you do end up with a compromised account. As a bonus, today I'm going to show you a free tool that I've used for many years as a cybersecurity analyst. This tool can be used by anyone and it's free of charge. It's something that I've used many times to see if email addresses for clients and for myself has ended up on the dark web or in any data leaks. It's super useful, so you want to stick around for that. Alright, so let's get into the juicy stuff. I'm going to say something that's going to make a lot of people upset. If you use the internet, your accounts are going to get compromised. If you are someone who does business with any company that uses the internet, your accounts are going to get compromised. I said it. Okay, so there really is no way to avoid it from happening, okay? And I know that's not what you want to hear from someone who is like your cybersecurity expert friend, okay? But the truth is, as soon as you wrap your mind around that idea that there is no such thing as perfect security, you kind of take it a little bit more seriously. And I say that because knowing that there's nothing perfect and things can go wrong helps you to take the trust off of services, the trust off of devices that are said to protect you from all of the bad things. And also understand that, yeah, things could happen. And if things do happen, this is how I need to move forward. This is how I need to bounce back. We know that personal responsibility has a lot to do with some things. If you have weak passwords, if you got the front door wide open and you're expecting not to see baby raccoons in your house, I mean, come on, like you knew it was going to happen. And the same can be said for these companies that we trust. We give our information to all of these companies expecting them to do such a wonderful, fantastic job of protecting it. But the reality is, even with the best security, the best features, the best encryption, the best this, that, and the other, things can still go wrong. It can just take one email to the right person with the wrong mindset to disclose information. It happens, we're human. And we can't go and hunt down every single person that discloses our information, but what we can do is prepare ourselves. And part of preparation is knowing what we do that could put us at risk. And there are risks with everything, but what you don't want to do is increase your risk by doing something that you really should not be doing. And if you keep doing this one thing, you are increasing your risk of getting hacked every minute of every day. So you have to stop reusing passwords. You have to stop. I know it's hard to remember them, and I know that you're probably sick of me drilling this into your head, but I keep drilling it into your head because it is so important that you stop. And in the demo that we're going to go into, I'm going to show you exactly why. I'm going to show you the tool that I've been using for quite a while as a cybersecurity analyst. The website is called haveibeenpwned.com. It's a free tool, and no, know, this is not a sponsored video. It's just a tool that I've been using for a long time that I think is super helpful for the average everyday person. It's super easy to use. All you have to do is plug in your email address and you'll get to see whatever has been posted online that could include that particular email address and the associated passwords. Now, it will not disclose the actual password, so don't try to be nosy getting in people's business, y'all. That's wrong. Don't do that. But it's a tool that you really could use in your everyday life. You'll also be able to see if your information has ended up on the dark web without actually navigating the dark web, because that's not a place that you want to be. I know a lot of people are curious about it, but that's not somewhere that you really want to go if you're not skilled enough to deal with the security issues that happen as a result of visiting it. And yes, that was a whole lot of mumbo jumbo, but if you know, you know. So just don't go playing around on there, and that is your official warning. But if you do, I warn you. So let's hop over to the demo. So this is the Have I Been Pwned website, and it's super useful. You can get a lot of information from this. However, for the sake of this demo, I just want to show you the basic using your email address to see if anything shows up. So I've entered the email address that I know that password is terrible, because it's a password that I was using back when I was like 16 years old, and I never should have used it, but back then I thought I was doing stuff and it was a really bad password. So as I scroll down, you get to see that, okay, of course, it's an advertisement for a password vault, which is a good topic to cover. Let me know if you're interested in hearing more about password safes in the comments below, and I might be considering making a video on that. So as you scroll down, you get to see all the breaches that my email address was involved in. And again, this is an old email address that I am no longer using, and an old password that I am no longer using, okay? You get to see that that email address and password combination has appeared in quite a few data dumps. So if for some reason I'm using that same password anywhere else, you can bet your bottom dollar that that has become a target of attack for someone who wants to get into my accounts. But if you put yourself in a situation, you can see that if you're using the same password and email and password combination, you're really setting yourself up for failure. If we know that the password has been exposed through these data leaks, and we know that the likelihood of it being on the dark web is pretty significantly high, you don't want to use that same password to secure anything else, especially stuff that's internet facing. Stuff like, your home security systems and your cell phone, your cloud storage, your email addresses, your bank accounts. Like, if you're reusing that password and you know that it's been exposed, you are setting yourself up for failure. So stop doing it. I really hope that demo was helpful. Many of you are going to look yourself up on their website and you're going to freak out. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do? I've been pwned. What is being pwned? I have no idea what pwned is, but I don't want to be pwned. First things first, calm down. What's done is done. You can't go back and erase it from happening. It happened, but it is time for action. If your passwords have been stolen, you want to change them as soon as possible. That's the number one thing. Change your passwords. Make sure you enable two-factor authentication as well. Because if by some chance your passwords do end up on a data leak like that, at least they don't have that second factor of authenticating. So it makes it a little bit harder. You also want to monitor your accounts. So I'm talking social media accounts, email accounts, and your bank as well, if you were using that same password and email combination for your bank accounts. For social media, you want to keep a special eye out, because once you get your account stolen, it's really, really difficult to get it back. Dealing with the service providers like Meta and Twitter to authenticate your true self and say that, oh, this person has stolen my account, it's a headache. And sometimes it just ends in you just walking away from your account. So we'll talk about that in another video as well. When you're monitoring your emails for suspicious activity, you want to check to see what emails were sent. Now, most likely before you even recognize it, someone is going to text you and say, hey girl, you sent me this really weird email. And you're going to say, oh my goodness, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. Because, no one wants to send embarrassing emails like that. What you want to do is check your sent emails folder to see what email addresses have been sent from your account. Now, it is possible that they've deleted them, but most of these people who are taking advantage of people's accounts, they don't remember to delete the evidence. The next thing you want to do is let people know that it happened. So that could be putting up a social media post. Hey y'all, I got hacked. My accounts are compromised. If you see something funky, it wasn't me. That's a good way to get the message out. Also, you can text message people, call them on the phone, and let them know that something has happened. But what you don't want to do is use the same account that was compromised to let people know that you were hacked. If you do that and the hacker still has access to your account by some way, you're letting them know that you know, and they can change your password so that you don't have control of it at all. So the object of the game is to get in, change your password before they recognize that you know that they've been in your account, so that they don't lock you out. That's why I say don't panic, take action, because time is everything. If for some reason you think that your bank account was compromised, you want to contact the banks. You can let them know that your passwords were compromised and have them put alerts on your account for suspicious activity. Most times the banks are on top of these things because they're tracking your spending and stuff like that. They know security-wise that if you made a purchase in Las Vegas, you can't possibly be in Washington, D.C. 10 minutes later. So they know, they have intelligence to know that your account may have been compromised and this may not be an authorized charge. But you can also be proactive and let them know ahead of time. I really hope this video was helpful. If you've enjoyed it, please hit like and subscribe and hit the notifications bell. If you're interested in more cybersecurity tips throughout the week, follow me on Instagram and Facebook as Your Friend in Cyber. See you in the cyber streets.